Plymouth police are making progress in solving Monday's fatal shooting of a teenager. Police on Friday morning say they continue to seek help in finding 19-year-old Hans Mandave of New Hope. He's one of 3 suspects allegedly involved in the homicide. They also announced an arrest of a second suspect, a 19-year-old Plymouth man. On Thursday, Plymouth police held a press conference to update the public about the unsolved homicide of 17-year-old Yassine Johnson of Albertville. It happened in the parking lot of the Four Seasons Estates apartments just west of Highway 169. Police later made their first arrest in the case, an 18-year-old man from Golden Valley. The motive for the shooting remains unclear, but police do not believe it was a random crime. Catalytic converter thefts have been a pervasive problem throughout the Northwest Metro this year. As Delane Cleveland reports, Brooklyn Park police are making a new push to help prevent even more thefts from happening.
This video shows a real catalytic converter theft in Brooklyn Park.
This past summer, in the parking lot of a Brooklyn Park hotel, a guest shot this video of someone stealing a catalytic converter.
A power tool is visible in the suspect's hand.
Brooklyn Park police posted the video on their Facebook page to show what a catalytic converter theft looks like.
If you watch it, you can tell something is going on there that's probably not normal, but really it doesn't stick out as as a major crime occurring, so I think that goes unnoticed.
Now, police are asking people to start noticing. In Brooklyn Park alone, there have been 350 reported incidents of stolen catalytic converters so far this year.
That's what the thieves are after, is the precious metals inside the catalytic converter. That's what's so valuable.
While the incident in that video happened in a hotel parking lot, Brooklyn Park police say it's actually residential neighborhoods where people should be the most concerned.
Adjacent to that, we have the commercial sites. If you're a thief, you're going to go where you're going to get the most bang for your buck.
They're taking parts off of that car.
Police eventually arrested the person in this video at a nearby parking lot. They're encouraging people to call 911 immediately if they witness something similar.
We would much rather have people call so we can come out and investigate it, because this stuff is happening in broad daylight.
Meanwhile, Brooklyn Park police say that now that it's colder outside, catalytic converter thefts have actually decreased slightly. But they are, however, seeing an increase in motor vehicle thefts because people are leaving their cars unattended with the keys in the ignition. In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A Crystal home is badly damaged after a car crashed into the front of the house early Friday morning. According to Crystal police, shortly after midnight, a vehicle slammed into the living room area of the home in the 5300 block of Maryland Avenue. Wooden boards cover the gaping hole left behind from the crash. The driver, a man in his 40s, was arrested for suspicion of driving while impaired. No one was hurt in the incident. Dozens of families will be happy to see a U-Haul truck pull up at their home this Thanksgiving season. Scooter Drawn runs a Brooklyn Park nonprofit called Honored to Help that will make special deliveries of Thanksgiving meals. On Monday and Tuesday, he plans to deliver from 9 in the morning until 9 at night to make sure roughly 150 Thanksgiving meals get dropped off to those who can't pick them up. Drawn partnered with the Salvation Army to make it all happen.
Well, the need is huge, especially around the holiday season. And the times are, man, I went to the store the other day and a box of cereal was $7. So if we can help families provide, those needs, those basic essentials, that's what we're here to do.
Drawn says there are 30 more slots available if families need to sign up for a delivery. We've got the details on our website, ccxmedia.org. The local vote is wrapped up and we're getting perspective on voter turnout. According to Hennepin County elections officials, voter turnout was down from the previous midterm election in 2018. This year in Hennepin County, it was 70%. In 2018, it was 77%. That's still higher than statewide, which saw more than 60% of eligible voters cast a ballot. Minnesota was one of just 3 states to top the 60% mark. Plymouth's only brewery opened in the middle of the pandemic, and owners credit the community as the reason why Loose Line Brewing Company is still crafting beer 2 years later. Photojournalists Dustin Scholl and Adam Jukala put together this story.
This location itself used to be an office for the Wayzata School District. And when they moved out, it created an opportunity. It was vacant.
All right, so I got the Kolsch right here.
We're a business that came together because 12 investors gathered up. Most of the people were from the Plymouth area, knowing that the community really wanted a brewery and tried to deliver that for them.
Cheers. Cheers.
We really looked to create something that was welcoming and friendly. We wanted to have a really friendly staff, and we wanted to strive to make great beer.
All right.
We'll be celebrating this weekend on Saturday, and that's our birthday. We're calling it BEERthday. We'll be opening our doors at noon. Every hour we're going to raffle off a prize. We have Boomin' Barbecue. We'll be serving food. And then we'll also have DJ Juice providing music and entertainment. We're creating a new beer. It's called Glacial Lakes, and it has hints of apricot and a really great rye flavor. And so we think it'll be just a really fun day. Spend a half an hour, spend all day with us, and have a good time.
Loose Line plans its second birthday party on Saturday night, November 19th. You can find out details on our website. Friday might have been gray and gloomy outside, but definitely not inside Northport Elementary School in Brooklyn Center, where students were vibrant for Family Cultural Day.
This is a day to celebrate who they are, the places where they come from, and they can show, they can be proud of their heritage and their family culture.
More than 50 students representing more than 20 regions from all around the world showed off traditional outfits in a cultural parade. The school is pleased so many families came to participate as well. As we go to break, we'll leave you with some of the music from the student performance as we show you more highlights from the day.
We come from the fire, living in the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire.
Maple Grove's football team moved one step closer to a state championship Thursday night as the Crimson took out the team that beat them in the Prep Bowl a year ago. Maple Grove and Lakeville South out of the snow and cold Thursday night in the first Class 6A semifinal. An impressive opening drive for South to open the game. All-state running back Carson Hansen caps a 15-play, 80-yard drive with a 3-yard touchdown run as the Cougars take a 7-0 lead. Maple Grove comes right back in its first offensive series. Quarterback Jacob Kilzer rushes for 17 yards. He ran for 66 yards in the game. Later in the same drive, but now in the second quarter, Tanner Albeck with a good second effort at the goal line gets in for a touchdown. It's a 14-play, 80-yard drive for Maple Grove that ties the game at 7. South driving again, but on a 4th-and-1 play, Maple Grove's Sam Hansen stops Ryder Patterson at the line. Alan Joe helps wrap up Patterson as the Crimson hold. On the next play from scrimmage, Kilzer goes up top for the big pass play. No one is near Jacob Anderson, who hauls it in for a 72-yard touchdown. Anderson's 4th TD catch of the season gives Maple Grove a 14-7 lead. Right before halftime, South quarterback Jacob Royce rolls out and throws, but his pass is intercepted by Jackson Powers inside the 5-yard line. It's 14-7 at the half. Big defensive plays dominate the second half. Maple Grove turned away by South at the goal line on a 4th down run on a 9-minute drive to start the half. Late fourth quarter now, and on a 4th-and-4 for the Cougars, linebacker Albeck comes up and tackles Carson Hansen for a loss. Lakeville South turns the ball over on downs. The Cougars get the ball for one more play with 6 seconds to go. Max Johnson ends it for Maple Grove by intercepting his second pass of the game. The Crimson improved to 12-0 on the season, and now a date in the Prep Bowl, December 2nd, against either Eden Prairie or Rosemont. The girls' hockey season is in full swing. As Jay Wilcox reports, Osseo-Park Center is off to a good start.
There's a lot to like so far for the Osseo-Park Center girls hockey team. The Stars are shining with 2 8-1 wins to open the season.
I'm pretty impressed. I think the season's gone pretty well. I think I was a little nervous coming out for during captains, but we switched to gear once tryouts hit and once the game started, so it's really cool to see.
Oh, I'm really excited for how this season is going to go. We just got off 2 big wins, and we're actually moving the puck really well, getting pucks to the net. We're trying to make the simple plays this year.
The way we handled these first 2 games, when both 8-1, we're definitely astonished by their level of play, and very happy, looking forward to going the rest of the season.
They did lose some offensive leaders from last season's 11-win team, so that was a concern coming in. But scoring hasn't been a problem yet, with smooth skating defenseman Haley Eikos leading the charge with 7 goals and 4 assists in 2 games.
We're missing our first line and a big defensive girl for us, but we're back and we have a fairly young team. It's kind of a good mix of seniors and younger girls. So.
We lost our top line. We had 3 seniors on our top line last year, which did about 60% of our scoring. So we were really worried as coaching staff how we're going to replace those points. But we're leaning heavily on our senior defensemen, and we have a great goaltender in Claire Schmaltz. And
there are tougher tests ahead. The Northwest Suburban is a tough conference with teams like Andover, Maple Grove, and Centennial leading the way in girls hockey. Osseo-Park Center's not quite at that level, but they are gaining ground.
Yeah, definitely. Last year we lost to Centennial in overtime, and even in the section game, we lost to Centennial just 2-0, and we're even keeping up with teams like Maple Grove. So it's nice knowing we're not getting blown out by Maple Grove.
It's a simple motto, but an effective one for OPC. Compete hard every night, and the wins will take care of themselves. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.